Welcome to Outback Outdoors. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.
Going back to the origins of the property, we didn't even buy it for the deer hunting. We actually bought it for the waterfowl and upland bird hunting. We have an incredible waterfowl resource. I mean, literally, we are holding tens of thousands of ducks and geese through the fall and winter migrations. And then the deer is something that we're like, oh yeah, there's deer. Way Nebraska structures their seasons with the rifle season right in the heart of the rut. The 2-buck state. We're like, Nebraska's got deer. We'll hunt some deer, but let's really focus on developing the bird hunting. Mm-hmm. And then we still put a lot into the bird hunting, but as I started to pursue whitetails, starting there about 13 years ago on that property, I really became enchanted with the whole process of hunting whitetail. Even though our property is about 750 acres, which is a good sized property, mm-hmm. but of that, there's only about 300 acres of good deer habitat. So that's kind of getting into like more your average size, deer parcel. But it's all, great habitat, it's like prime habitat, that 300 or so acres.
This is your quote unquote traditional river bottom habitat. That's kind of the country that you're out
here in the, in the west and the plains, you get those riparian corridors where you leave the rivers in the main river valley, even all the side channels, maybe have just one or two little cottonwoods. Safety line. We'll probably sit till 10 or 11, depending on what we're seeing. It's good to be back in the whitetail stand. It was a good elk season. Tougher elk season than usual. But I'm tired of walking up and down mountains for weeks on end, so it's good to be back in the stand and watch the world come to life around us here. But we're here on my little place in Nebraska. First morning sit of the season, and I know there's been a couple good bucks living in this little bedding area. It's still a little early, but we'll see what comes by here this morning. Taking his picture. That have yet to have ever been told. No. Texas town where the rumors float and fall to the ground from the clouds. God knows it never rains in this here town. And a homeless man. Didn't even think to aim low. I should have held at the bottom of her vitals. I just got freaking schooled by a doe. I didn't rush the shot. It was pretty calm. Just right up the cage right now.
I'm Trevin Solstice, and welcome to today's Wasp Archery Tech Talk. You know, a lot of people think of broadheads, arrows, archery, and food plots when you're tuning your setup don't necessarily go together. But one way I want you to think, I want to change your thinking. Setting up the way you put your food plots in relation to your stand makes all the difference in the world, because what you can use your food plots for, or any type of structure actually, is funneling the deer into that perfect shot. If you funnel them straight on, you're only going to have a head-on shot. If you funnel them to where you make them go sideways, it gives you that broadside shot. It's going to help you take the shot that you should be taking. For more information, visit wasparchery.com.
All the hills turned black as the boy cracked. I heard a laughing in the woods behind my back, and knew the devil was playing hide and seek again. Yeah. With a black top hat and a guinea sack, I turned quick to look. He hit back and I knew he kinda wanted to be sane. But he said, no boy, don't run. I got bored sitting at the rising sun. I'm back, I wanna talk about your dude. He said I'm back and just where I could find you, yeah. As the cocaine habit fell down from my eyes, all the breeze was freezing with the skies. All the withered leaves of trees are let go as the devil's storm began to snow. We had a falling out last Christmas till them snowflakes hit your head, and with the cold I sent a memory that you'd never forget. And we were back, baby, we were back. And as he danced around the trees, he kicked the leaves up from the ground. He said, I was never much for bragging, I knew I'd track you down. Hell, I was right, I was right. As the cocaine habit fell down from my eyes, all the breeze was freezing with the skies. All the withered leaves of trees are let go as the devil's storm began to snow. You gotta tell me, baby, it's not right. I don't wanna carry it again. And I sent a message, baby, it's alright. Let you down with all my friends, yeah. As the cocaine habit fell down from
in the early days, we tried to target 3-year-olds and older bucks, because that's kind of what we had. And then there was a few years where we started getting a good number of 4 and even a few 5-year-old bucks. And so now we're trying to harvest 4-year-old bucks or older. And we usually have around, plus minus 6 bucks that are in that 4-year-old plus age category. Now, if we have a really tough harvest on rifle season, might only have 3 or 4, 2 or 3 bucks really in that 4 plus category. If the rifle hunters struggled, we might have 7 or 8 4 plus, but really that's about the maximum number of mature bucks that I have space to hold.
Gotcha.
Seems like that's I have a hard time imagining more than about 7 or 8 4-year-old plus bucks on the property.
How many did you have last year? So
last year we
2018.
had, so we had Little Stickers and Shed and Average Joe. We just had 3 last year. That's a nice start. He put his ears back right at the end. There's another buck in there, isn't there? Oh, he's scraping on that tree. The shooting lanes lined up nice. Now we just need a 4-year-old or older buck. It's a doe way out there. Average Joe. Are you serious? Yeah. We're not done. I got 2 tags. Well, that's Average Joe. I mean, he's nothing huge. He's just a good 4-year-old buck. He's the buck I was expecting to see in here tonight. A nice 3-year-old came by. He's a buck I've been watching for a couple of years. Next year he'll be on the hit list. But hey, it all came together on Joe. He, it looked like a good hit. I thought I heard him pile up, actually. But, we're gonna sit out the rest of the night. I got a bunch of doe tags to fill, and I got another buck tag too, so being we got it come in here already, I might shoot a doe if doe gives me a chance, and if one of my target bucks, one of my 2 big bucks comes by, I'll give him a go too. He's a nice buck, 130 class 8, 4-year-old deer. your eyes. But he's right there. He's dead right there. I think I shot the wrong buck. Oh well, I shot him. No, that's him. Or is it? That's not him. I shot the wrong buck. Maybe it is him. He looks a lot smaller in person. So the hunt last year, there was a really nice, nothing special, just I call him Average Joe. Nice 4-year-old 8-point. I passed him up the year before as a 3-year-old. He's a buck I thought I knew really well. And a 3-year-old 8-point stepped out. I had to make a split-second decision, but we were in that stand hunting that particular buck. Mm-hmm. And when this 3-year-old stepped out, the rack looked right, the body looked right, and I made a 10, 15 seconds. I thought it was the buck I was in there for.
Yeah, I don't even think it was that long. Looking at the footage, it
happened pretty fast.
You look over your shoulder and it's right there, and then you're drawing
that's
back.
Him.
Yep, it happened really quick.
It was just an average-sized rack.
And like you said,
he didn't have a particularly big body.
It was a 3-year-old that stepped out, and you looked at the rack real quick, and it looked the
like
same.
Him. It looked like
so using antler size and configuration as a judge of age is just,
and that's where
it's not a very good indicator.
Who's to blame?
Thanks for watching Outback Outdoors. We encourage you to comment below, and as always, like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.